Every person on this planet is unique. Now, I'm not going to argue with that, but the reality is that some people are a little bit more rare than others. Some can do the most unthinkable things with their bodies, while others have strange obsessions or scary hobbies that go against every single norm you've ever known. They're not trying to be Dolly Parton or different. It's just how they are. These are the 15 unusual and rare people that are 1 in a million. Let's start off this list with number 15, Victoria's second life. Victoria was 5 when an electrical accident tore her world apart. She lost both arms and one leg. But what could have ended everything became the start of something even wilder. Instead of hiding, she adapted. She learned to paint, dress herself, and even cook using her feet and what limbs remained. But she didn't stop there. Victoria took up free diving. Well, yes, diving into deep water with one leg and no arms. And not just for fun, she's damn good at it. Online, she shares her story not to get sympathy, but to inspire. Her social media has become a place for others to feel seen, heard, and less alone. Her spirit isn't just strong, it's infectious. Despite the scars and trauma, she smiles like someone who knows exactly who she is. People said I'd never be normal, she said. But this is my normal, and it's beautiful. Her accident didn't define her. Number 14, Christopher Alvarez. Doctors told Christopher he wouldn't make it past 5. He has thanatophoric dysplasia type 2, a rare form of dwarfism that's almost always fatal in early childhood. But at 28, he's not just living, he's thriving. Christopher graduated from Columbia University with a master's degree in journalism, something even perfectly healthy people struggle to achieve. He reports stories, interviews celebrities, and uses his sharp journalistic instincts to chase the people and moments he cares about most. Billie Eilish, Lil Nas X, Jennifer Lopez, Selena Gomez. He's met them all because he simply refuses to let life tell him no. His body may be small, but his ambition is enormous. Christopher lives with a sense of urgency that most people never understand. Every day is a gift he wasn't supposed to have, and he honors that gift by working harder, dreaming bigger, and proving every prediction wrong. He's not just surviving his condition, he's rewriting its limits. Number 13, Amber Luke. Amber Luke has spent nearly her entire life rewriting her appearance. At 30, the Australian model has more than 600 tattoos, stretched lobes, modified features, and those famous blue tattooed eyes that temporarily blinded her for 3 weeks. Her journey didn't come from vanity, it came from survival. Amber was diagnosed with severe clinical depression at 16. She hated mirrors, hated stepping outside, hated the girls staring back at her. Tattoos became her armor, her way of reclaiming something she felt life had stolen. "Imagine hating yourself so much you can't even look at your own reflection," she said. That pain shaped everything that followed. She's poured over $70,000 into body modifications, with $50,000 going to ink alone. People call her extreme, shocking, unrecognizable. Amber calls herself someone who finally feels alive. Her tattoos aren't decoration. They're a map of every battle she fought and lived through. And she's not done yet. She's still adding, still evolving, still writing her story in ink. Number 12, Tyler Parker. Tyler, aka the Teen Hulk, shot to viral fame when photos of his big build took over the internet. At just 14, he stood 6 feet tall and tipped the scales at nearly 300 pounds. People couldn't believe it. He wasn't some gimmick. He was the real deal. Born in California, Tyler locked into football early on. He wasn't lifting just to look tough. He trained to dominate as a defensive lineman. Behind the hype was a teenager grinding through school, discipline, and brutal workouts. Now in his senior year, Tyler's still turning heads. College recruiters from all over are lining up, and offers are already on the table. Some critics say he's too short for his role, but his numbers shut them up fast. 60-plus tackles and 4 sacks in a single season. The Teen Hulk isn't just viral noise. He's got the drive, stats, and heart to make that noise last. And yeah, he's big. Number 11. Tess Daly. Tess built a beauty empire from a body that the world said would limit her. Born with spinal muscular atrophy type 2, she depends on round-the-clock care and can't physically do most daily tasks on her own. But when it comes to makeup, confidence, and influence, she runs circles around the industry. Her beauty blog exploded online, drawing tens of thousands of followers who admire her honesty, humor, and artistry. Brands fly her out, invite her to launches, and send her products before anyone else gets a glance. Recently, Alpha Talent Group signed her, cementing her place as a major figure in beauty and fashion. Tess doesn't just post makeup looks. She fights for representation. She pushes the industry to see disabled creators, not as charity projects, but as powerful voices with real influence. Despite her challenges, she lives a life filled with color, creativity, and purpose. Tess doesn't just deserve a seat at the table, she built her own. Number 10. Sophie Green. Sophie was born without arms, but you'd never know it by how she lives. At just 7, she can write, eat, paint, even use chopsticks, all with her feet. Dancing is her joy. Climbing is also no problem. The toughest part? Other people's reactions. When she started school, some kids stared. Some asked harsh questions. She cried. But her parents stepped in, made a video showing everything Sophie could do, and helped her classmates understand. From that day, things shifted. Sophie isn't just accepted, she's loved. One of 10 siblings, many adopted with disabilities, she's surrounded by love. Her best friend is her blind older sister. She's my eyes, I'm her arms, Sophie says. Her teachers say she lights up the room. Prosthetics don't interest her. They're for show, not function. Sophie knows what she can do, and she's not holding back. Don't let anyone stop you from doing what you love, she says. I'm just like everyone else, just with better balance. Number 9. Ariana's skin. Ariana has a condition called epidermolysis bullosa, or EB, where the skin is so fragile, even the lightest friction can tear it open. Born with it, she's lived every day managing pain most people couldn't imagine. It feels like third-degree burns, she says. But Ariana isn't asking for pity. She just wants people to see past the bandages. At 25, she's not hiding anymore. Cruel comments still come from strangers, people who stare, whisper, or type from behind screens. But Ariana's answer is simple. She shows up. She shares her life, posts unfiltered photos, and tells her truth loud enough to drown out the noise. She's not trying to pretend she doesn't hurt. She's just reminding the world that her skin condition isn't the only thing about her. There's joy there, strength, style, humor. She's a woman who feels everything deeply and still smiles through it. Her skin may blister, but her spirit never breaks. That's what people should be talking about. Number 8. Tina. In 2014, Tina got news that flipped her world: stage 2 nasal cancer. Her only real option was a full rhinectomy. Doctors hesitated, worried about the toll it would take on her appearance, but she didn't flinch. "Pretty doesn't matter if I'm dead," she told them. She chose to live freely. Before surgery, she hugged her kids close, unsure if she'd ever smell them again. When her youngest first saw her after the operation, she gently said, "Mommy, you need to go see a doctor." Tina laughed through the heartbreak. Eventually, she was fitted with a prosthetic, but it made her feel trapped. She stopped wearing it after 2 years. Strangers still say, "You'd be so pretty with a nose." Her answer? I already am. Tina shares her story online to remind people that beauty has nothing to do with symmetry. It's about survival. It's about honesty. And her daughter says it best. My mom doesn't care what anyone thinks. She's beautiful, knows or not. Number 7. Wildine Almoith. Wildine stands just 2 feet 5 inches tall, but she's impossible to overlook. Born with a rare, severe form of dwarfism called Satin dysplasia, she lives in Miami, Florida, and walks through life like she owns every inch of it. People ask her all the time, "Why are you so short?" And she answers without flinching, "Because that's how I was made, and I'm still killing it." At just 20, Wildine is already at the top of her class and radiates a kind of confidence most people work their whole lives to find. Yes, she gets stared at. Yes, people can be rude, but she's not wasting her breath on ignorance. Her energy goes to something better, reminding others, especially girls like her, that there's no height requirement for success, beauty, or happiness. Her voice? Sassy, smart, and full of fight. She may be tiny, but she's got a presence that fills a room. Wildine doesn't walk through life quietly. She struts. What do you think about her? Number 6. Veronica. Love doesn't follow straight lines. It carves its own path. Jade from Ohio stands just over 3 feet tall. Her partner Todd is 5'9" and identifies as non-binary. They met on Facebook, fell fast, and didn't look back. Married within months, they're now raising a family together, with their second child on the way. Of course, the people had opinions. Trolls called their relationship inappropriate, mocked Todd's gender identity, and fixated on Jade's size. But they brush off the noise. People see what they want to see, Jade says. We're just a family like anyone else. When they met, Todd hadn't yet come out. That truth came later and only made their bond stronger. Jade uses a wheelchair. Todd helps with the day-to-day. But their relationship isn't about dependence. It's a partnership. They post their journey online, not for approval, but to live out loud. Love doesn't need to fit inside a box, Todd said. They're not asking for approval. Number 5. Justin Jedlicka. They call him the human Ken doll. But Justin's not trying to look like someone else. His transformation is a living sculpture. His first cosmetic surgery was a rhinoplasty at 18. That one decision launched a lifelong project. More than 1,000 procedures later, he's covered in custom-made implants: shoulders, chest, arms, abs, back, calves. For Justin, the goal isn't to look natural, it's to look like art. Plastic surgery isn't a fix for flaws, it's how he expresses identity. "I'm not addicted," he said. "I'm designing." Critics accuse him of glorifying extremes or being mentally unstable. He shrugs it off. Most of his implants, he designed them himself. Each piece is built with intention, to create a futuristic version of beauty that exists only in his vision. Justin doesn't ask for approval. He built a body that doesn't follow rules. That's not imitation, it's invention. Number 4. Amare. Amare lives with one of the most extreme cases of neurofibromatosis, type 1 doctors have ever seen. Tumors grow inside and outside his body, across his face, over his eyes, down his spine. Chemotherapy helped for a while, but doctors are still deciding if he'll need another round. He sees only a sliver through his right eye, yet he refuses to slow down. He plays with his cousins, cracks jokes, and dreams about football like any other kid. The world, however, can be cruel. A group of children once called him a monster at the park. He never wanted to go back. His mom had to remind him, he isn't a monster. He's her beautiful son. Hospital visits and treatments pile up, and they rely on GoFundMe to keep going. Still, Amare smiles easily. He beams talking about meeting the Harlem Globetrotters. He doesn't carry himself like someone with a condition. He carries himself like a kid who wants to live, laugh, and belong. He is unique. Number 3. The Walking Clickbait Boys. Mateo Blanco, Skittles, and Rudy V, 3 best friends who've spent over $500,000 becoming LA's walking clickbait. Proudly calling themselves the Femme Boys of LA, they live loud, wild, and unapologetically in your face. We don't check receipts, we just swipe, Mateo laughs. Every night's a glitter-fueled blur of high heels, credit cards, and chaos. Their style landed them on Hooked on the Look, and their socials blew up, along with the hate. But these 3, they thrive on it. Hate comments are free engagement, Skittles smirks. Keep typing, we'll keep trending. They're not trying to blend in, they're claiming space. They've turned shock into strategy, living on their own terms with zero filter. It's not about approval, it's about visibility, freedom, and pushing every line they feel like crossing. Okay, now let's head over to number 2, Olivia. Olivia spent years feeling sick before doctors finally discovered the truth: gastroparesis. Her stomach is completely paralyzed. It can't digest anything, not food, not drinks, not even water. To stay alive, she relies on total parenteral nutrition, fed directly into her bloodstream through a line near her heart. "My digestive system just doesn't work," she explains. She began posting on TikTok to describe her condition, never expecting an audience. Now, more than 45,000 people follow her journey. She talks openly about symptoms, hospital stays, and everything people misunderstand about living with a body that won't cooperate. But she refuses to be reduced to pity. That's the one thing she absolutely hates. Her illness is part of her life, not the full story. Her energy goes to surviving, learning, laughing, and supporting others who feel isolated. She said it in one of her videos, and it stuck. "I'm so much more than this illness. It's just one part of my story." Number 1. Sergio from the fire. Sergio doesn't remember life before the fire. At just 2 years old, he and his baby brother found a gallon of gasoline in the garage. It spilled and crept toward the water heater. In seconds, the room was flames. His father had to dive into the fire to pull him out. "He saved my life," Sergio says. But the damage was nearly fatal. 70% of his body burned, one eye gone, and weeks in a coma. Doctors told his parents to expect the worst, but he fought. Surgeries became his norm, over 160 and still counting, because scarred skin doesn't grow, but kids do. Sergio turned pain into presence. On TikTok, he talks about life as a burn survivor, raw, honest, and funny as hell. Trolls show up, but he leaves their comments. "Deleting them would mean I care," he shrugs. His dad says it best: "I couldn't ask for a stronger son." No pity here, just fire-forged resilience. If you've enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. Thanks for watching. We'll see you soon.